As 2024 draws to a close and winter sets in, Russian forces are continuing to push their Ukrainian opponents back. Our next story tells you how Moscow is deploying heavy firepower in the battlefield as Kiev continues to vouch for diplomacy as the only way to end the three-year war.
Winter deepens, and so does the ferocity of the battlefield. Russian forces are advancing with heavy firepower, pushing Ukrainian defenders further back. Bombarded with relentless missile strikes and drone swarms, Ukraine struggles to hold its lines. Moscow continues to unleash glide bombs to devastating effect. Iranian-made Shahid drones and ballistic missiles are creating chaos across the front lines. Russian forces are methodically targeting critical Ukrainian military infrastructure, striking airfields with calculated precision. Ukrainian troops, exhausted after nearly 3 years of grueling combat, find themselves pushed back by an overwhelming onslaught of Russian military might.
For me, I'm in grief. I've had people died, so for right now I'm in a grief, and it's hard as to be a commander and tell their families and I don't know, and thinking about what could have been done to just for these people not to die. And
after the First World War, we were abandoned by Europe again, just like we are being abandoned now, and we will be under Russia, because now it doesn't matter if Trump is the president or not. They'll make a deal with Russia again. We'll be absorbed. NATO doesn't want us, and no one wants to sign any specific security agreement with us.
President Volodymyr Zelensky confronts a rapidly deteriorating situation, desperately seeking a diplomatic resolution. His latest proposal involves potentially deploying foreign troops to secure Ukraine's territorial integrity and pave the way for NATO membership.
We talked about the frozen conflict, Ed, in recent meeting with Trump and Macron. I said that we want the war to end more than anyone else in the world. Certainly, a diplomatic end to the war will bring more lives saved, and we want that.
The potential return of Donald Trump to the presidency sends tremors through Ukraine's strategic calculations. Trump's previous warnings about reducing military aid and potentially withdrawing from NATO have heightened Ukraine's existential anxiety. Experts fear these threats could fundamentally alter the conflict's dynamics, potentially forcing Kiev into a compromising, negotiating position. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
And for more on that, we earlier spoke to retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, who's a military expert who joined us from Virginia, and this is what he told us.
Some are suggesting that it is possible that a negotiated deal could be, less than ideal for Kiev, but there is no good deal that's even possible for Kiev. And a quicker, I think that people recognize, especially among the Western leaders, what's been true for a very long time on the ground, that they need to reach a negotiated settlement on the best terms they can get, which aren't going to be good now, not as good as they could have been earlier in the war, or even worse outcome is going to follow. That's the bottom line right now that's inescapable.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.